Hi there and welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Lauren Hall and there is a lot going on this week in Western New York. But first, of course, we want to talk a little bit about the weekend. So this is how some of you spent your weekend. Laura shared this photo with us. She celebrated 51 years of marriage. Love your wedding photo, Laura. Thanks for sharing it. Molly also shared this picture with us. She said SUNY Niagara won the regional championship. Becca also shared a picture of her pup Sully all bundled up and taking a short walk around the neighborhood. Meteorologist Jennifer Stanonis with us now. That's a really good segue because that's exactly what I did this weekend. Right. I do have a picture of my daughter. We did the exact same thing. Bundled up, yeah. Short walk around the neighborhood. Oh my gosh. Rosy cheeks, but I just love her expression. She's trying to smile, but
she's not quite sure about the cold, but you got her bundled up well, so that's good.
You know, January and February we stayed inside, but once it hits March, we got to go for a short walk. We got to get a little bit of fresh air. And it made a difference too.
At least the sun's setting later and later now, so that's good. Oh my gosh, I remember the red cheeks. It's so adorable. I love it.
No, she loved getting the fresh air, and I mean, it's starting to feel better. We hit meteorological spring, and hopefully this trend continues. We get some of the ice out of the sidewalks and the roads, and
things will continue to melt this week, definitely. We're going to get some warmer air and some rounds of rain. Of course, we'll continue to bring you a forecast. But yeah, I mean, this weekend, when you guys, okay, let's talk about the weekend. Well, we didn't do too much. Last weekend,
the snow.
we did go skiing last weekend, and some of us bared cold and went out skiing too. But of course, I'm measuring. I'm focused on our snow depth and how much is going to be dropping this week. So I was out in the back doing that in our backyard, as we'll lose a lot of our snowpack. So the last couple weekends were great for skiing and the winter activities. We even had some fresh snow and cold enough conditions too. So hopefully you got it in last weekend or this weekend, because this week and this coming weekend and in the coming weeks too, we're going to continue to warm up. And even this week, we're going to lose a lot of our snowpacks. Well, so that's I guess good news for a lot of places in the lower elevations.
For a while.
We want to get walking the kids and dogs on the sidewalks and not be slipping everywhere. But the winter activities, I think we're going to mostly be wrapping it up.
Hey, but it was a great season for them.
It was.
And it's time now to move on to the spring.
Moving on.
Yes. Also this weekend, I don't know if you caught them, but the 97th Annual Academy Awards. Time now for our Oscars recap here on Most Buffalo, and for that we are joined by USA Today's movie meter guru and Niagara Falls native, our friend Ralphie Aversa. Ralphie, thanks for being here, and we want to start with the Buffalo angle, of course. We were wondering if Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld might make their Oscars red carpet debut this year, so what can you tell us?
Yeah, I really thought there was a chance it was going to happen, but obviously we've seen Haley in Milan for Fashion Week, and I believe Josh is there with her. Haley, I believe, also has a pretty big movie coming out soon as well, so you figured maybe she'd be in the mix as a presenter and kind of also be promoting that. It wasn't to be. However, of course, I'm going to find a Western New York connection somewhere. And I actually spoke on the red carpet with Sean Evans, the host of Hot Ones. Lauren, get this. This guy has made a living off of chicken wings. He's eaten over 4,000 of them. He's never been to Western New York to have a wing. I cannot believe it. So we gotta show him the ropes.
All right, maybe 2025 is the year he actually makes it here for an authentic buffalo wing, chicken wing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right, we know Anora ended up being the big winner this year. They won Best Lead Actress, Best Picture, many other awards, but you at USA Today have been tracking the fan favorite movies of this season. So of course, they're all streaming now. What were the top 3 if people haven't seen them yet?
Yeah, first ever USA Today movie meter, checking in at number 3. Conclave, streaming on Peacock, of course. Ray Fiennes and Stanley Tucci. Just an incredible film, so much drama, so many different twists and turns. At number 2 was A Complete Unknown. We've seen biopics, music biopics especially, do very well with the Academy over the years. And, you know, it's no surprise that they also do well, you know, throughout the country. I mean, globally, A Complete Unknown has grossed over $100 million. And then really no surprise, number 1 on USA Today's movie meter, Wicked. I mean, the press tour alone for Wicked generated more buzz than most movies do. It was incredible. The performance last night, incredible. And I think you just look at that performance. You could literally just show that opening of the Oscars to anyone that doesn't get this Wicked phenomenon, and I think they're going to get it. So yeah, so Wicked checks in at #1 on Movie Meter.
And we'll probably see them back at the Academy Awards next year with Wicked Part 2.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, again, you know, I don't know. They may have a similar run as far as the amount of awards they win and some of the ones that they don't in the acting categories. But absolutely, you know, especially with the Best Picture category being expanded now to 10 different films, I'd have to think we're going to put Wicked Part 2 in the early mix for Oscar contention.
Ralphie Aversa is USA Today's movie meter guru and a Western New York native. Ralphie, thanks for always making time for us here on Most Buffalo.
Thanks, Lauren.
And it's the beginning of March, and Most Buffalo is celebrating Women's History Month. Throughout the month, we plan to share stories of women who have made an impact here in Western New York. Most Buffalo's Natalie Foss talked with the owner of One Unique Bookstore.
Away on the second floor of the Heareth House on Delaware Ave is a girly, bookish wonderland.
And I always say that if you cracked my brain open, this is what would spill out.
Christina Muffaletto opened Afterglow Books back in July.
There's just been such a resurgence within the book community that I feel like I've opened a bookstore at the greatest time.
She wanted to create a space where everyone could come and find their favorite books and plenty of book-themed merchandise.
I just have little pods of girlies come in and they just sit here and chat about books, and I love overhearing their conversations too, because it's definitely a conversation I would have with my girlfriends if we were at a bookstore.
There's no shortage of bookstores in Buffalo, many of the owners helping Muffaletto when she first began.
All of them are so supportive. I've worked pretty closely with Meg from Alice Ever After, Kim from Read It and Eat Bookshop. I get so much support from West Side Stories and Black Rock Books.
Instead of viewing one another as competitors, she said they choose to support each other.
The best thing about being a women-owned business is just that all the other women-owned businesses have your back.
They even organize events together for Western New York readers. Muffaletto hosts 3 book clubs as well.
We have our Lover Book Club, which is a romance book club, and we have our Enchanted Book Club, which is our fantasy book club. And then quarterly, we just started doing the I Hate It Here book club, which is for banned books.
While she continues to expand Afterglow's brick and mortar store, another dream she has is to take her book selling on the go.
I would love to get a mini school bus or something like that and completely renovate it so that I can drive around and be a mobile bookstore.
But for now, she just wants to spread joy and help others fall in love with reading.
I could close up shop tomorrow and I would still feel like what I did was beneficial and good for the community. I just love everyone that's come into the store and has seen themselves or felt themselves here.
And that was our Natalie Foss reporting, celebrating Women's History Month. And we have an update on another women-owned business that we've been covering. Haley Steinfeld, aka Josh Allen's fiance, well, her new canned cocktails seem to be a hit. The drinks are available now for pre-order, and 2 of the flavors already sold out. Those are Grapefruit Paloma and Ranch Water. The canned cocktail is made with 100% agave tequila sourced from Mexico, and it comes in 4 flavors. Well, the 39th annual Hospice and Palliative Care of Buffalo Spring Bouquet public sale is underway this week. You can get your own colorful arrangements of roses, carnations, sunflowers, and more at participating florist shops and public sale sites. A standard bouquet costs $14, and a 30-stem tribute bouquet is $35. And for every tribute bouquet purchased, a standard bouquet will be delivered to brighten the day of a hospice patient.
We had over 500 volunteers all throughout the week to help us. We had a great time processing all of the bouquets, the warehouse logistics. There was so much that was going on, and it's springtime, so please make sure to purchase your flowers, and you're supporting a great cause. Hospice and Palliative Care of Buffalo has raised $8 million through their bouquet sale over the past 38 years. For a link to the full list of where you can buy your bouquet, you can just head to WGRZ.com. And speaking of flowers, if you have a green thumb or just enjoy
looking at a beautiful garden, this one's for you. Registration is now open for the East Side Garden Walk. It is coming up July 19th and 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is your opportunity to showcase your garden and take in beautiful sights around Buffalo neighborhoods like Maston Park, Lovejoy, Cold Springs, and LaSalle. Organizers say if you want to sign up, your garden does not need to be perfect or professionally landscaped. It is free to register. You just have to sign up by May 15th. And we have much more to come here on Most Buffalo when we return with Mostly Interesting. Back here on Most Buffalo with Mostly Interesting, and this is great news for man's best friend. I love this story. A San Francisco biotech company has created, get this, an anti-aging pill for dogs.
Oh my goodness.
That actually might help extend the life of your furry friend. So according to the company, it's called Loyal. It's a beef-flavored pill. It can be prescribed at 10 years or older for dogs weighing more than 14 pounds. And the pill aims to boost your pup's metabolic health, which declines as dogs age. The FDA has certified the pill and should give conditional approval by the end of the year. So this sounds like something that could actually make a difference.
That is awesome, especially when you know, like our dogs, I think their average time span or time frame for their life is like expectancy 14 years.
And they're big dogs usually.
So then you can just hopefully just keep expanding that.
I know. We always say that that's the only bad part about having a pet is you can't have them forever.
All this, I'm sure there's like a lot of supplements and things to help continue their health.
This sounds like something that's realistic. I mean, we hear about celebrities cloning their dogs and things like that, but this sounds like something that is kind of natural and realistic and good for them, even if it helps them just stay healthier for longer.
Cool stuff.
That's the goal,
yes,
right?
That's always good to expand lifetime.
Yeah.
All right, you would think picking up the phone to make calls is one of the easiest things people can do. However, many Gen Zers say they find the task daunting, and some are even taking college classes to overcome it. So this is just new research, continued research. It's called telephobia. Fortune magazine released a report showing Gen Zers don't like to answer phone calls or make phone calls. And the report says because Gen Z grew up texting and instant messaging, so they find phone calls stressful because they don't have time to collect their thoughts before responding. So to help, Nottingham College in the UK is offering classes so they can help overcome their fear of that. I mean, I guess if you're not used to it,
I don't think
and
this is
what you grew up with.
I don't think this is just Gen Z.
There are plenty. I mean, heck, sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to text because I can't. I'm not. You don't have time to collect your thoughts, or you're not in a very social mood.
No.
So you're like, I'm just going to text.
The voice texts. That's a new one too.
Right.
I get those sometimes, and that makes sense. Where if it's a long explanation, you keep typing it out and trying it different ways, but. Making phone calls are intimidating to make. And
you could probably, obviously on text, control more of the conversation, although a lot gets lost in text rather than just talking too. So there's pros and cons. And you can see how, I mean, my generation still grew up with house phones, so if you wanted to call your friend to play, you had to call the house and talk to the parents and then talk to the friend. But this new generation, they never have to do that. It just reminded me because it was like it was a very important when you got that phone time and then you're on the phone for hours and hours with your friend. But now, now you can be hours and hours texting.
Exactly. So I love that there's a class to get you through it too. All right,
never's needed.
Here's something else that's interesting and also quite dangerous. So don't do this, but Amanda Tesmer shared this photo with us on Facebook. This is someone driving a Jeep on Lake Erie. She took this video near the boat loading dock at Hamburg Beach, and she said the driver was out on the ice for quite some time before taking off. We did reach out to Hamburg police about this, and they want to remind everyone that Lake Erie ice is unpredictable, might not be as thick as you think it is, so use caution. Do not put your life or others' lives in danger. But wow, that is something that certainly we haven't been in the situation to have seen in several years, and yeah, that does not look safe at all.
This week especially, we're going to have big snow melt. The lake ice continues to melt this week quite a bit. We are, for the Lake Erie ice cover, less than 60% to start the week off, and we're going to continue every day this week to drop with the ice cover. So yes, very unpredictable. We are wrapping up Lake Erie ice activities for sure. And this week we're going to continue to have especially the ice cover and the snowpack melting. All right, note that big time.
Well, there's more to come here on Most Buffalo. That's when we return with the Buffalo Museum of Science. Welcome back. It's time for a moment of science here on Most Buffalo. It's a new month, and this month is all about prehistoric fun at the Science Buffalo Museum. From fossils to dinosaurs, March is going to be jam-packed at the museum with interactive exhibits and hands-on activities, some of which we have here with us right now. Joining us in studio is Dr. Holly Schreiber from the Buffalo Museum of Science. And you brought us some props.
I did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. So tell us about this month at the Science Museum.
We are very excited for Rocks and Fossils Month here at the Buffalo Museum of Science. And these are some of the demo materials that we'll have out throughout the month. Everything focusing on rocks, fossils, and of course dinosaurs.
So obviously the big one here
is a mastodon femur.
Obviously, a mastodon femur.
Mastodons lived in New York during the last ice age. So we have some real mastodons in the museum. This is, of course, a cast.
And
would be very heavy.
Can people get up close and personal and touch this stuff at some of these events?
Yes, and during our demos and our stage shows, we'll have things like this out where people can get really close to them.
And what do people learn when they get to interact with this stuff?
Just the vast history of our area, you know, millions of years ago, and it really gives them an appreciation for science, in particular earth science in this month.
And I imagine when the focus is on dinosaurs and fossils that you get a very excited response.
Of course. Who doesn't love dinosaurs?
And that's what kids want to learn about. And
exactly.
What are some of the questions that they ask the most?
Well, you know, they always are really excited to learn how old things are, you know, tens of millions of years old. They love looking at the giant size of prehistoric animals because we really don't have anything like that anymore. So yeah, those are kind of the main questions we get with that.
And Holly is not here alone. We also have another guest we want to bring out right now, AJ Eric, and he has another friend with him. So come on out, AJ, and tell us who you brought.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So
how cute are you?
Can we not get into everything, please? So guys, this is Mitchell.
Hi, Mitchell.
Now, Mitchell is a juvenile Dryptosaurus aquilungus, and that is a tyrannosaur, a cousin of Tyrannosaurus rex, that actually likely would have been a Western New York native. This dinosaur lived throughout all of the Appalachian Mountains during the late Cretaceous period, around 67 million years ago, and Mitchell here only represents a juvenile. He'd get much larger. By the age of 5, he'd be nearly 3,000 pounds.
And is Mitchell a nice species, or is he ferocious?
So Mitchell is a carnivore. This is a meat-eating dinosaur, though at this age I like to think that he's, you know, we're reaching the terrible twos, so I guess we'll see how it goes.
Does Mitchell like when visitors pet him?
Mitchell does. Mitchell actually loves scratches behind his head.
Ooh, and he's very soft. And where can people come interact with Mitchell and when?
So Mitchell will be at our Dino Fest on March 22nd, which is from 10 to 4. He'll be wandering the museum, and that day is going to be all about rocks, fossils, and dinosaurs.
That's Saturday, March 22nd. Does he have any friends?
Mitchell will actually, so Mitchell has a couple of friends that have been out with him before, but we're hoping, you know, if everyone decides to come and visit, one of Mitchell's new friends might actually be joining us for Dino Fest.
All right, again, that's March 22nd at the Buffalo Museum of Science. You can find out everything you want to know about that at sciencebuff.org. Holly, Mitchell, and AJ, thank you so much for coming on and kicking off Dino Month. And we want to thank you for helping us kick off Most Buffalo today. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you back here live on Thursday. You can always watch Most Buffalo right here on WGRZ+. Download to your TV and watch for free. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.